I'm not gonna lie, we've all heard the jokes about the exhausted husband or the forever young bachelor. But when you look at the actual hard data, things get weird. Very weird. Most people think of it as just a physical act or a bit of fun, but science is starting to treat it like a biological cheat code for longevity. But here's the kicker. There's a massive catch that nobody is talking about. Think about it. We're told that exercise is good, right? But if you run a marathon every single day, your knees blow out and your heart gives up. Is the bedroom any different? We've got these two conflicting ideas. One says it's the ultimate stress reliever that keeps your heart pumping, and the other says you're literally draining your life force. Let's look at the monk versus rock star theory. There are studies on animals where the ones that mate the most actually die the youngest. It's like they trade their long-term survival for immediate genetic payoff. But then you look at humans and the data flips 180 degrees. I'm talking about a massive 10-year study of 918 men that showed something so wild it low-key sounds fake. The men with high frequency had a 50% lower mortality rate. Yeah, you heard that right. Half as likely to die. But don't go rushing into anything just yet, because it's not just about the number, it's about what's happening inside your blood vessels. When things get heated, your body releases a cocktail of hormones: oxytocin, DHEA, and endorphins. DHEA is basically the anti-aging hormone. It boosts your immune system and keeps your skin looking fresh. It's like your body is rewarding you for being active by keeping you alive longer to keep doing it. But wait, it gets worse for the people who think they can just hack this. There's a specific threshold. If you go under a certain amount, your risk of heart disease doesn't just go up a little, it spikes. We're talking about a biological feedback loop. If you're not using the system, your body basically thinks, oh, I guess we're done here, and starts the slow shutdown process. Now let's talk about the 3 to 6 minute mark of this story. This is where the visual evidence comes in. Imagine your arteries like a highway. Regular activity acts like a high-pressure wash for those highways. It keeps the walls flexible. When you stop, the pipes get stiff. Stiff pipes lead to high blood pressure, and high blood pressure is the silent killer. I've seen 3D renders of how blood flow improves after these sessions, and it's like watching a dead garden suddenly get watered. It hits different when you realize it's literally clearing out the junk. But here is where the question loop comes back to haunt you. If more is better, is there a limit? Can you actually overdo it to the point of premature aging? There's this concept called sexual satiety in neuroscience. When you overstimulate the dopamine receptors, you don't just get tired, your brain starts to desensitize. And when your brain desensitizes, your stress hormones like cortisol start to skyrocket because you're chasing a high you can't reach anymore. High cortisol is the fast track to a heart attack. So where is the balance? Are the guys doing it 5 times a week living longer than the guys doing it twice? This is where the survival of the fittest meets the quality of life. Some researchers argue that it's not the act itself that makes you live longer, but the fact that you're healthy enough to do it in the first place. It's a chicken or the egg situation. Are you healthy because you're active, or are you active because you're healthy? Stick with me, because we're getting to the climax, literally. There is one specific biological marker that changes everything. It's called the telomere. These are the caps at the end of your DNA strands. Think of them like the plastic tips on shoelaces. When they get too short, the lace unravels and you die. Recent studies have shown that intimacy might actually protect these telomeres from shortening. This means we're not just talking about feeling good, we're talking about rewriting your genetic expiration date. But wait, there's a dark side. A study from a major university found that for older men, too much of a good thing might actually trigger a cardiac event if the quality of the relationship is stressed. It turns out, if you're doing it with someone you're hiding from or in a high-stress, cheating scenario, your risk of a heart attack during the act goes up significantly. The stress cancels out the benefits. So, what's the final answer? How many times a week is the magic number? What should you do if you're currently on the low end of that scale? The answer is simpler than you think, but it requires a total shift in how you view your partner and your health. The secret isn't just the act, it's the hormonal afterglow. Men who experience a deep sense of connection and the resulting drop in blood pressure for 24 hours after the event are the ones who are pushing their lifespans into the 90s. It's about the rest and digest nervous system taking over the fight or flight. If you want to live longer, you need to stop viewing it as a chore or a workout and start viewing it as your primary biological maintenance. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more science-backed ways to level up your life, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and share this with a friend who needs to hear this. Let's build a community where we actually understand how our bodies work. Stay healthy, stay active, and I'll see you in the next one.